Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be what to do when you don't know what to do. Think about that for a minute. If you like the content, please subscribe. So you were in the narcissistic relationship. I'm going to take this in two parts. When you were in the narcissistic relationship and post-narcissistic relationship. But when you were in the narcissistic relationship, you fought, and I can assure you, you tried and you gave and you contributed and you did not quit. You continued to work for the relationship, for the narcissist, unbeknownst to you that that's what you were doing, but it's what you were doing. And you were being manipulated the entire time from the minute you met the narcissist up into and including when the relationship dissolved, however it ended. But there were many times during the relationship that you did not know what to do and you were confused. Like, remember, most likely you did not know what the terms and definitions were, like gaslighting, or flying monkeys, or invalidation, or rage fit, or trauma bond. The list goes on and on. But knowing what to do when you don't know what to do, during this period of time, you were completely isolated. You were uncertain of yourself. You lost your identity, and you did not know what to do. What you did do, I can assure you, is you kept working, thinking things would get better, things would improve. Maybe you could get back to the love bomb stage. Maybe the narcissist would see how much you're working, how much you're contributing, what you're doing. During this period of time when you were with the narcissist in the relationship, remember, you were always trying to appease them. You lost your sense of self. You lost your identity. You did not know what was up or down, in or out, or anything, any direction. The reason why is because when you made a decision or you made a choice or you did something that you believed in, the narcissist would immediately shoot you down. Why would they shoot you down, you say? The reason why they shot you down back then was because they wanted to control you. They wanted to keep you in the fog. They wanted you to doubt yourself. They wanted you to not know what was going on. The longer you stayed in this situation, in this area, which I call the fog, the longer you're in the fog, the more they can control you, the more they can manipulate you, the more they destroy you, the more they can take all of your beautiful energy and possessions away from you. That's what they do. So it's a very confusing period of time when you're in the narcissistic relationship, when you don't know what narcissism is and you have no idea how to combat it. Because this disgusting thing called narcissism, it's set up to prey upon people that don't know, people that are empaths, people that are people pleasers, people that have low boundaries, but most importantly, people that won't quit. They continue to work for the relationship. That's exactly how it is. So again, during the relationship, you didn't know what to do many times because you didn't have the insight. You did not have the answers. You didn't know what to do. And throughout that relationship, I can assure you, your head was spinning, and each and every day you were being drained more and more of all of your resources. Now, I'm going to touch on the second part, which is post-narcissistic relationship, knowing what to do when you don't know what to do. It's here, which is so important. When this happens, when the relationship ends, and let's say you were discarded, it doesn't really matter, but let's say you were. You will go to some of the darkest places imaginable. Places that you've maybe have watched in movies or read in books like, wow, I certainly hope that doesn't happen to me. And lo and behold, guess where you are? That's right, you're in some of those dark places. You're in places you don't want to be. And it's at this moment in time, or these moments in time, when you say to yourself, oh my gosh, how did I get here? How do I get out? Can somebody please save me? Can someone here please relate to me? Can somebody here please educate me and tell me that everything is going to be okay? Most times when you get to this point, and believe me, I'm certain most of you have been there, and if you have, drop comments below. But when you get to this point, you are so uncertain which direction your life will head in, how you're going to get to where you're going, how you got there, and most of the time you have lost all of yourself. Now, I am not trying to trigger you. I'm speaking from firsthand experience. I'm letting you know it's at these dark, dark days when you need to fight through. You need to understand that with channels like mine and many others, we are getting the education out and we are helping people become more and more awakened and aware. So my hope is if you are in this dark place now, that you found this video or someone else's video that can help you understand that when you don't know what to do, I do know what to do. You need to get educated. You need to block the narcissist, go no contact, delete all accounts, flying monkeys, remove them. And this is the time when you're going to have to introspect and dig deep into yourself. Remember, The narcissistic relationship was not your fault. It was a trap that you were ensnared in, that you were taken advantage of and manipulated until you had no more supply left, or until the narcissist moved on because they believed that they could get nothing else from you. This is a lot to unpack in this video, but I'm trying to explain to you. Knowing what to do when you don't know what to do, it is so confusing when this happens to you, when the discard happens and or when the relationship ends and you don't know who you're dealing with because you don't have the tools. You have nowhere to turn. And you may be talking with your family or friends and saying I can't explain to you what's going on, but it's unlike anything I've ever experienced before. It's unlike anything I've ever dealt with. There's a spiritual side. There's an emotional side. There's a energy field side. There is a intellectual side. There's a financial side. There is a friendship, family side. There are so many sides to this. It would take a lifetime to explain everything. But if you were trying to explain your situation to someone that has not experienced narcissistic abuse, I can assure they will listen to you for a period of time. And they do have good intentions, I can promise you that, most of the time. But they can't relate. So all they can do is nod their head and say, okay, I understand. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And eventually, most likely, they probably will give up on you. Not in a bad way, but they probably just don't have the bandwidth to listen to all of the agony and all of where you are. Let's put it that way. All of you, they don't want to see you in a situation like you're in. Like an example would be maybe you're crying nonstop and you just can't get this situation out of your head. You're ruminating. You're confused. You don't know what's going on. Maybe you can't work. You can't sleep. You can't eat. Who knows? But what I'm explaining to you is it's at these moments when you don't know what to do that you find out what to do, which is you need to dig in deep within yourself. You need to be resilient and understand that there are better days ahead if you put the hard work in, if you are committed, and if you are determined to get out of this situation. Now, like I said, this is a lot to unpack, but I'm explaining to you from firsthand experience. I went through some of the darkest days of my entire life. I mean, entire life. And my hope is that I or anyone else never has to experience anything even close to that, because this pushes you to the brink. It tests you to the limit, to the boundaries of being a human being. It pushes you so far. And just when you think you can't take any more, sometimes it pushes you more. Having said all these things, you can't give up, you can't quit. You need to understand that there are better days ahead and that you will do the work. You will process things. You will put the pieces of the narcissistic relationship together, and you will understand that, in fact, and this is tough love, but you had to go through that to get here. Because remember it, there are no coincidences on this planet. They just don't exist. You're meant to be here right now watching this video as I'm recording it, just like you're meant to do everything you've done today. It wasn't by accident. Your day is mapped out whether you know it or not. So you're meant to be exactly where you are. Now, I'm going to tell you something from firsthand experience also. I remember a little more than a year ago, about 14 months ago, when I was really in the dark place. And I was listening to certain videos mentioning exactly what I just told you, that you are exactly right now in time where you're meant to be. And sincerely, I didn't believe it. I really didn't, because I thought to myself, why would I want to be here where I am? I just got discarded. I'm a shell of myself. I can barely even turn a light switch on. Why would I want to be here? And I fought with this. I fought with this term, and I fought with this education that I was getting, because I had countless hours of education from narcissistic abuse channels and so many other avenues. That's why I'm so well-rounded with this. Let's put it that way. The point is I thought to myself, I don't want to be in this situation. Like I'm not meant to be here. I'm meant to be living a great life and being happy and being, enjoying myself. And I fought with that. I really did. And it wasn't for a couple weeks, maybe even a month, when I kept playing this audio over and over, and other ones also. Of course, I was educating myself nonstop, sometimes upwards of 15 hours a day. And yes, I do mean that. And I continue to do so each and every day. Not that much time, but upwards of 8 or 9, certainly. Having said all that, one day the light bulb moment happened for me. It clicked. And I was like, oh my gosh, Andrew, you are meant to be here. And it's not like I just gave in and just submitted and said, okay, this person on the audio, they're right, and I'm not right. I had done so much work on myself. I had done so much emotional healing, so much mental healing, so much processing, and I came to the realization that actually, in fact, yes, I was exactly where I was meant to be. I was meant to go through this. I was meant to experience all of the difficulties, which is a massive understatement, that happened to you post-narcissistic relationship ending. And it was through this that I got my determination, my drive, my courage, and I understood, okay, I am actually meant to be here. And I understand now. It's as if I just was sincerely awoken. This was a massive step for my healing path. And for me to understand that, yes, I did and do need to experience dark days, and I do need to actually process and heal properly. Not only from when I was a 15-year-old boy, but from when 16, but also all the other things that I've experienced in life. So not to go off track, I'm explaining to you that you are exactly where you're meant to be right now, whether it's on the healing path or the healing path is over, because that's a fact. You may think to yourself, no, actually, I want to be in the Bahamas, or I want to be, parasailing or whatever. That's beautiful that you may want to be there, and maybe one day you will be there. Maybe you've already been there. That's beautiful. But that doesn't change the fact that right now you're here on this channel with me, becoming educated. Really let that resonate with you. There's a reason you're on this channel. There's a reason you're becoming educated. It's not like you woke up today and said, oh, okay, I want to research narcissism. Let's see what Andrew says. No, what you did is you are drawn to channels like mine and many others to get education. And when you don't need the education any longer, my hope is you go live the best life possible. But also my hope is you continue to become educated each and every day, not just on narcissism, but on anything you want to, because you should be doing that instead of watching silly meme videos or things like that. But getting back on track before I close the video, when you don't know what to do, you have no idea, when you believe that all hope is lost, and I'm coming from firsthand experience, it is at that moment that my hope is you will see a tiny little glimmer, a tiny little light at the end of the tunnel. And this will awaken you, and it will be like, oh my God, like actually I feel like 1/1000th better than I did yesterday, but I can feel a little bit of a change. And that's how it happens. That's how it happened with me. And then I was like, oh my goodness, I actually have the strength to walk up and down the stairs more than a couple times. And then I was like, oh my God, I can actually eat a little bit. And it goes on. And I'm not going to get into details now because the video is running long, but more importantly, these explanations will be saved for live audience talks when I talk in front of live audiences. And yes, I know it's live because it's a video, but I'm talking like in front of massive, large audiences. But my point is, I didn't quit. I didn't stop. I actually flipped the script on the narcissistic relationship myself. And I said, you know what? My dad was right. He didn't raise a quitter. He didn't raise somebody who's just going to stop. That's not how I am. That's not how I'm built. I've always had perseverance. I have always had energy. I've always had love. I've always had admiration and respect. I've always had responsibility. And I've always wanted to do well on this planet called Earth with each and everything I've done. And now, no more so than the post-narcissistic relationship ending and me being here on this channel. So I'm explaining that to you to let you know, if you find yourself now, tomorrow, next week, whenever, in a state of confusion, let's say, or not certain of what to do, understand that you need to pause, take solace, take some deep breaths, and understand that this is a moment in time. Maybe it's a period of time, but you will get through it. I can assure you. If you continue on the path and understand that each and every day will get better, it's not linear, but it will get better with your diligence, with your insight, with your resilience, and with the work, and with your commitment, it will happen, I can assure you. And I am here right now living proof as evidence. But don't quit, don't stop, continue to move forward. Understand you are not alone. Understand you are absolutely beautiful. You are absolutely amazing. And that the narcissistic relationship is over, it's ended. And I know you have to process things. I know you'll be going through rumination, sleepless nights, asking questions. There are so many things to discuss. But when you find yourself almost giving up and saying, wow, can I do this? I don't know. What do I do? I'm not sure. Understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it begins with you. So continue to move forward. Continue to become the best version of yourself. I love you so much. God bless you. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it. From beautiful Costa Rica, this is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great evening. Stay blessed. Stay on the path. Do not quit. Be determined. Be resilient. Be courageous. Become awakened and aware. And you will find out that you will come out of this on the other side so much stronger than you will ever be able to imagine. It's true. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.